And welcome to NSL2. This is the final match, actually. This will be the game 1 of the final match between Sycho and DarkLegion. Let's see what happens. It is a Protoss versus Protoss, something I never thought would have happened in one of our tournaments because we have so little people playing races other than Terran. And this doesn't happen too often. But we will see what happens. I think it will be pretty interesting. So here we are. Here's a DarkLegion on the left side, and we have a Suyong on the right side. Suyong in blue, or rather red. DarkLegion is in blue, and well, let's see what happens. Doesn't look like either of them are going for anything like cannon rush. Well, maybe it's too early for that either. Suyong is using his chrono boost to put out probes, and DarkLegion is not. Maybe that'll come into play at some point in the game, or maybe he just forgot. Looks like Suyong is starting to scout. So is DarkLegion. They're both scouting north first. Looks like DarkLegion will see the and they probably should have a pretty good idea of where each other are now, considering that scout timing. It looks like DarkLegion's actually trying to wall in, and Suyong, as usual, is not actually walling in at all. He does that. He's very good at that, not walling in stuff. So Suyong has his probe inside of DarkLegion's base. Could harass a little bit. Looks like he's not going to. Very interesting gateway placement by DarkLegion. Does not actually block anything unless he's doing the 2 gateway and then the cyber core in the middle. I'm not actually sure if that fits. There is the cyber core. So very early 2 gates instead of the cyber core for DarkLegion. It's a very interesting build, and he is getting an assimilator already as well. Like his gas. Suyong's probe has not been dealt with. DarkLegion still has not used any of his chrono boost, so he is actually going to be way behind very quickly. He should actually be using his chrono boost. And he's also supply blocked. Also not a good thing. Okay. If everything goes exactly as planned, then DarkLegion will be in a lot of trouble very quickly. But it doesn't look like either one of them is going for like 4 gate or anything. Suyong's just getting the Zealot out now. He's actually chrono boosting his gateway instead of the cyber core for the warp gates. So it's not like he's going for a rushing strategy. DarkLegion's cyber core, and that's the. He should probably put another pylon in this area here before he gets his pylon destroyed and he releases power off his building. It looks like DarkLegion's just following around his Suyong's probe with 3 zealots and a probe. Not something you see every day, let me tell you. And it does look like he's finally trying to get Stalker out, but he's not. All his probes are just. I don't know where those probes went. Well, let's see what's going to happen here. Well, Suyong has chrono boosted out, 3 zealots. Now getting his additional 2, actually getting a robotics facility and gateway. So he's going to 2 gate robo. And not even with cyber core, not cyber core, but warp gate. And warp gate for DarkLegion is going to be way behind anyway. He has more chrono boosts. He should be using them. He should be using them a lot. He needs to. There are just 4 zealots in the middle of nowhere. They're going towards the tower. Maybe it'll cease nothing. He has not forgotten about chrono. He's just very slow at using it. He's not actually using it on like multiple things. He's just using it on warp gate. But he does have kind of good timing on this, where now the guy is going to pop out and get all 4 of the warp gates out at the same time. And compared to the 2 gate and the robotics facility, if DarkLegion just pumps out units at this proxy pylon down here that he somehow has, this could be this could work for DarkLegion here. We will see though, as Young does have considerable amount of defense down here, and he is pumping out immortals. Actually shooting at the pellet. There goes 1 pylon. Here comes the bunch. You know, he's building a bunch of pylons. I'm not sure what the point of that was. He's going to get supply blocked, and he doesn't have any minerals to build anything now. So as goes forth in. Stalker back, yes. It will get away, I believe, yes. And he could micro against these zealots if he wants to. But Young is in a bit of a pinch here. 4 gate usually is pretty good against people who don't 4 gate. Yeah. So Young is now re-chrono boosting out his probes, doing a pretty good job of it, I might say. He does have quite a few guys, and but as you can see, he already lost quite a few units here, and he has about half the harvesters. Young, and in fact, DarkLegion actually has more supply and probes than Young has supply right now. It's not a good thing. Alright, so DarkLegion is actually backing off right now, actually building a couple photons. Not completely sure why, but that observer is going to get sniped if Young is not paying attention. And he is expanding off of it, so this doesn't put DarkLegion in a particularly bad position. I mean, he could possibly have finished him off, but he is going for like the sure victory where he gets just a better economy and just wins by beating him with more units. Young not really doing much as he is focusing on trying to get his economy back up. Very few units for Young right now. 1 Stalker, 2 Immortals, and 3 Zealots versus 11 Zealots and 3 Stalkers for DarkLegion. DarkLegion finally does have his robotics facility up, so he will start pumping out an observer. Perhaps he will go for +1 ground weapons on his forge, and Colossus. If he starts building Colossus, if he just sticks back and starts building Colossus, he will easily win this game. Colossus basically beat gateway units in this situation. Now the observer is out for DarkLegion, which means that he has no observers on the map anymore. Very bad for him, but he will have the high ground advantage. That is a lot of Zealots, maybe too many, actually. Probably don't want that many Zealots as kind of sudden. But it does not look like, he's trying to micro the heck out of those Zealots, actually, and it looks like he's about to.